Welcome back to Leaders of Tomorrow. Our next story today is of a well-known menswear brand from Chennai. This former IPS officer turned entrepreneur because he wanted to give shape to his dreams of doing something of his own. Today, his brand is present in over 600 outlets across the country. Here's his story. Making a splash in the crowded menswear market is Chennai-based Indian Terrain. With a design inspiration steeped in American sportswear, Indian Terrain was launched in the year 2000 after a demerger from parent company Celebrity Fashions, which had long been manufacturing garments for export.
10 years ago, 2000, it was evident that India as a market had enormous potential. For apparel of a standard quality, design and fit, which we were in Celebrity manufacturing as contract manufacturers for brands overseas. But the anonymity of being an exporter used to bother me. You know, who are you? I export garments. I mean, what happens to those garments? I used to feel that the cycle of my life is not complete if I do not know the outcome of the garments I make, good or bad. And that used to bother me.
Former IPS officer Venkatesh Rajgopal turned entrepreneur in the apparel segment, catering to some famous international names like Tommy Hilfiger, Timberland and Diesel. But his burning ambition to create his own brand name and leave an imprint on the end consumer is what led him to gather a small team of passionate individuals from Celebrity Fashions to enter and compete in the domestic apparel space.
We started with one store in Madras and one store in Bangalore, in Brigade Road. That's how we started, with 2 stores. And went around trying to find people in Delhi and in Bombay who would get us shelf space in the high street stores, so to speak. It grew slowly initially, and then suddenly it picked up pace when the brand proved that it was there for the long haul, proved that it could provide quality over a period of time.
I think more than being a brand which is fashion focused, we are someone who, like I said, help the customer discover and define a style, and I think that's our strength.
With 3 production units and 5,000 skilled employees in its supply chain, Indian Terrain has invested in the best available machinery, including the G2 waterless washing machine, which not only saves electricity and water, but also manpower and time. Every production process is directed towards achieving excellent quality, with control measures including self-checks by operators and stringent measurement checks for each and every garment that is put out.
We have the demand, I would say it's around last year, if it's around 1 million garments to a season. And we do produce 80% of the product in-house and 20% of the product are being outsourced. If 1,000 garments are packed, we'll ask our quality controller to go pick up random check. If it fails, then the entire lot goes for a recheck.
I don't think anybody in this country makes product with that religious zeal for quality which we do. The inputs, our product inputs are absolutely top of the line because we know where to get it from. We service some of the best brands in the world. So I bring the same expertise to what I do for my brand.
How difficult was it to enter the Indian apparel retail space?
Enormously difficult, because while we knew how to make a garment, manufacturing for export, where you manufacture and that's all you focus on. Here, moving into a retail space where you're dealing with, and we went national right from the first day. Now, I wouldn't say that it was a very studied strategy, but that's the way our ambitions were national.
Are you looking to explore e-commerce as a sales channel?
We already sell through Jabong and Myntra and others, and I believe we do very well on in those counters. We are going to start our own e-commerce operation perhaps by the beginning of next month.
What inspires you to be an entrepreneur?
So today I walk into a social evening in Madras, the home of this brand, and I can't tell you how delighted I feel when I see 20, 30 people wearing Indian Terrain product. If I see somebody in the airport wearing Indian Terrain, I'm like a stalker who just looks at them. I feel so excited about it. So being an entrepreneur is about being passionate. It keeps me excited every day. So it's fun.
From visualizing Indian Terrain to materializing it into a well-accepted and trusted brand worth over 200 crore rupees, Venkatesh Rajgopal aims to expand the brand's network to reach more and more cities and towns across India. With presence in over 485 multi-brand and large format stores and 103 exclusive brand outlets, Indian Terrain is indeed a reliable brand for consumers and franchisee partners alike.
Indian Terrain, I must compliment you on the rapid pace at which you have grown over the last 1 decade. I think taking the business forward, I like your idea of leveraging e-commerce as a channel of sales. Setting up your own website as also leveraging the current internet retailers. My other advice would be to invest substantially in digital marketing, as that is becoming the new vehicle for customer engagement.